Dude, what? First picture on Google. I don't know why it's that.
Yes, guys, you see the title of this video. We're all packed. Let's show you everything. We're dialed. We're ready to go. We have another special guest on the way. We'll get a video of him pulling in. But yeah, it's we're coming out every week, Monday night at 5. We hope you guys are enjoying, but we're gonna be heading over to Chuck's house in a little bit. So
The Iceman.
the Iceman, the OG legend.
So it should be fun. Zach might get his ass kicked, but we'll see. I don't know.
I think I can take him. Yeah, but we'll see what happens. I hope I don't have to like take a shit when I get to his house, because he'll probably beat me up, you know?
Yo, what happens if we clog Liddell's trailer?
I don't know.
Yeah, are we screwed?
Yo! What's up? Let's go.
Ready? We got Ian in the house. We're ready. We're ready to go. We're fired up. We're gonna have a crazy episode today. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna get weird. It's gonna get weird. But yeah, we got all the equipment. We're coming for the Iceman. Let's go. I got boxing gloves in here, just in case he wants to throw down.
Yeah, where is he, dude?
Dude, I'm not fucking around.
Let's jump him. Let's jump him.
Dude, I'm not messing around. Or should I just go hit someone random? Guys, this is how much we've been getting ready for this.
Hey, Iceman!
Alright, there's Ian.
He'll punch you right in the stomach and it sucks. Like,
Would he?
oh yes.
He's giving us a hook.
He does
Yeah.
this. He goes like this. He's all fucked up.
I'm glad you
He does
warned
this,
me.
like, wow, body shots.
I'm glad you
Asshole.
warned me.
Kobe just walks in with the gloves. Hey, Chuck.
He'll
Going all the way up to Los Angeles. I'm with Uncle Creepy. You know that we vibing. You know that we livin'. I don't really fuck with his beat, but I'm finna spit some shit. You know that we livin'. Rampage, but I ain't really talking Jackson. Me and Ian McCall pull up, you know that it's action. And we hitting it hard. When I hop on the beat in the car, I'm spitting them bars.
We just got to Buffalo Wild Wings. We're killing a little bit of time before we see Chuck. I got my food, and I'm the only one she gave carrots and celery to, so I think she likes me.
Yeah, this motherfucker got all the celery and carrots. He's hogging them all, man.
Yeah.
It's because the girl wants to, you know.
Yeah, I'm honored. Zach got just fries.
It's actually because Kobe has a barrel and she knows he's eating healthier.
It's bullshit, don't listen to me. But yeah, we're quick bite. We're gonna be heading over there pretty soon, and we hope you guys are enjoying this. We're kind of trying this new style out. We're grinding for you guys. We're gonna go week in, week out. So if you guys like this style of what we're doing, let us know. You said 10,000 likes and you'll slap my barrel. Bro, you're the nicest UFC fighter in the world, dude.
Shout out Basement Talk, man.
I'm gonna bite at least 2 of your ears off. I make more than $1 million in a day sometimes. You better
All right, guys, welcome back. We got
yes.
a legend in the house.
Yes, sir.
Chuck, thank you for coming on. It's a
Thanks for having
pleasure.
me.
Absolutely. Ian, welcome back. This is your,
always good to be
You're
here.
always around with the boys. We got Zach and Kyler in the house.
Right away.
We want to start off by giving you a gift.
Got a gift for you.
This is
I might
from
have just broke it.
This is from the Basement Talk
There you are.
boys.
Kyler, if you want
You
to
can open it up, but we
backstory on it once he gets it open.
Fabio Napoleone, artist in Laguna Beach, and it's we fight for what we believe in. We fight for
Put
what
it
we
up in
love.
your
I'm
house.
sorry. We fight for what we love.
That's the meaning behind it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
cool little piece of art we wanted to get you.
Give it to the legend.
Beautiful.
You put it up in the house.
Kind of looks like you.
No, but
He has the glove,
like
too.
that.
It's got the glove on there.
This is kind of it's like my style art. I like
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
like this. Like
That's
it. That's
awesome.
cool.
It's beautiful.
I was
Absolutely.
actually at a poker thing, like charity poker thing, event thing. And I was walking through the house and they had some stuff like that, like art like this all through the house. I was like, man, because I'm not usually into all that Art Deco stuff, but I'm like, man, this house is cool. Like, it was like, that's really cool though.
Glad you like it. Hang it up somewhere.
Get it out of his
Here,
way.
I can take it from you.
Yeah. So we don't,
The art world is. I've spent the last 2 years at Art Basel, and I was gonna go this year, but I have to. My Mark is fighting for his world title. But if you haven't been to Art Basel yet, I highly suggest you go, and you just see. You get a much more in-depth look at the art world, and it's beautiful. Super cool.
Awesome.
And it's Miami, so who doesn't
Can't
want to
beat
go to Miami?
Miami.
it's the biggest party of the year.
Yes, it is.
Shout out the girls in Miami.
Don't miss that part of it.
What have you been up to? How's life?
Life is good. I'm not complaining. Been all over, but traveling a lot. Been doing a lot of different things. Just got back from E3 Ranch, which is a military charity. Some of my buddies do, so it's really cool. Good.
I wanna
hang out with those guys. It's a lot of fun.
I want to clear things up though.
Oh.
Before we start, I mean, I'm not.
Is there beef?
I know
Kobe?
you'll kick my ass, obviously. But why don't you like soccer?
Oh man, I don't dislike soccer, man. Actually, honestly, to tell the truth, I just didn't understand it. It's just like when people, and I used to explain this like fights. You guys watch guys wrestle in a fight, no one knows what they're doing, so it's boring, right? Because you have no idea if they're really doing something or they're not. I can tell you if they're doing something, but like same thing with when my daughter played for a year in a club team, and I watched them play for the whole thing. They go tournament. And I think they lost in a shootout for the championship at the end of the year. And now I get it. And it was the kind of, then I took her to an LAFC game. And I'm like watching the guys. I'm like, oh, that's what they're trying to do. Okay, I get it now. Now I can watch it and I can see the strategy going on and the guys playing and working. So
What do you
I
think?
still got a buzz.
It's okay. I think they're grass fairies too. Don't worry.
No.
I got a bunch of balls in there.
What do you think about when they like dive around and stuff?
Oh.
He literally scratched his head
Oh
on
my
that one. That was a
God.
head
Like,
scratcher.
I mean, come on, man. Like it's just like I don't know. The guys they sound it's just bad. I mean, like I think they're worse than basketball players.
It's the worst. It's the worst. Basketball players are bad too, but soccer's the worst.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes I watch a guy trips and grabs his leg. I'm like, no one touched you, man.
Touch ground. That's
There's a sniper in the stands. Everybody down.
I mean, but man, the parents at these things. The first time I went, I'm sitting there, and these parents are screaming at these little girls. They're 8. There's an 8-year-old team.
Is that new for you?
And I'm sitting there screaming, and they're screaming at our girls. And I'm sitting there okay, just don't be that guy. Don't say anything. My older daughter said something. I'm like, okay, now I'm saying something. Hey, you guys say one more thing about one of our girls, I'm coming over there and I'm like, kick their ass.
Beating the shit out of your husband.
I mean it right now. And they're like, oh, you're Chuck Liddell, right? Yeah. Okay, sorry, man. Sorry. Okay, but she's
Imagine being the scrawny soccer dad
they're
yelling
like,
at Chuck.
like,
Right?
I'm like, they're 8-year-old kids. They're not doing it on purpose. She didn't mean to knock her down. That girl slid. She's a little athlete. She's fast, and she ran into her. She didn't do that intentionally.
No
reason to. And not to mention, she's 8.
Yeah.
She's not only a little girl. She's 8. You're a grown man. What are you doing yelling at her?
Dude, those parents get wild out there.
Dude,
they
it's
get
like-
into it. Sometimes
Are you out of your mind? I was at a baseball game. This is a funny story. So I'm out there, and the guy, watch this guy. He's umpiring by himself, right?
Yeah.
And I actually was impressed by the pitcher. He missed this ball right past his glove, but just picked it up like he caught it, act like he did. And the umpire's like, okay, out. No, call him out. I'm like, everyone's like,
wild, huh?
Did you see that? Like, and afterwards, I saw the guys how, hey, you know you're wrong on that play. And he goes like this. I'm like, bro, I'm just messing with you, man. Look, I'm from wrestlers. We talk trash to each other all the time. We heckle each other. I'm just giving you a hard time. No, don't take it like
those
that.
umpires get mad.
If I get mad at you over my 9-year-old's baseball game, I'll call him my 9-year-old baseball game. Please punch me.
Yeah, I got something else going on, obviously. Right?
Come over and slap me. If I ever get mad at you for a call you made.
I'd love to see the guy you get to slap you.
Just
It's
come on over and
impossible.
slap me because I needed someone to wake me up. Because I mean, it's 9-year-old. And yeah, well, dude, and he's like, okay, I'm sorry, thanks, man. I'm sorry. Like, you couldn't see there. It's angle, line of sight.
Yeah.
You couldn't see it. You couldn't tell he didn't catch it.
How many?
He played it off well. I was actually impressed. The guy's like, I got him.
Before we get into the topic, how many sports dads do you think you can take at once?
Well, they're called trophy parents.
Trophy parents.
Yeah, trophy parents.
Like
Oh, that's the term.
baseball dads.
You don't have that problem. Like I usually don't have that problem with them because I'm
No.
But it's like, dude, relax. What are you teaching your
kids.
kid?
I know.
You know, most of these guys have parents like, you're like, dude, what are you yelling at your kid for? Like,
I know.
Kid's trying. Like,
Get on the bag.
You know, if your kid,
that was my dad.
She's trying.
You trying to embarrass me?
She's getting beat. Like I saw one of my older son. So one of the girls on the soccer team was getting beat by some girl that's way better than her. She's beating her on the plate. His parents start yelling at their daughter. I'm like, if you guys don't shut up, you're yelling at your own daughter, and I'm gonna slap you. I'm like, just sit down, shut up, and look at the genetics you gave her.
Yeah.
It's your fault. Your fault.
It's your fault, not her. She's trying.
Well, let's go back to your childhood. How did you grow up? How many siblings do you have? Where did you grow up?
Way back. I grew up in Santa Barbara, born and raised.
Okay.
Dad left when I was 3. Moved around for a little bit then, and then we moved in with my grandparents when I was 8. Lived. We were in Santa Barbara, decent house. We've been in a neighborhood we probably didn't belong in because we even though it was a middle class neighborhood, but we really didn't. My grandparents bought it one a long time ago, so. But we had my great grandma. We had a 4-bedroom place. Well, the garage was turned into a room. But we had four bedrooms. We had my great grandma in one room, grandma and grandpa in one room, me and my 2 brothers in one room, my sister and my mom in one room. So it was close.
So 4 of you. You had 2 brothers and a sister.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And they're all big boys.
They are.
So them 3 in one room.
In one room. It's a wild room, huh?
Were your brothers fighters too?
Both of them fought at some point, but both of them not as much. I was more the athlete. Like I really kind of stick with it athlete.
Took it to the next
Are
level.
you the big brother, Chuck?
I'm the oldest.
You're the big brother? You have to kick a lot of asses for your younger brothers?
Did I have to for them? No, I occasionally I have to help. I helped out a little bit.
Step in.
I read
But-
too.
Make sure they're okay.
The
but
little one is what? Dan's 6'6" and 350.
Oh, so he's not a little one.
Yeah. The funny thing is though, like he's like my he's my baby brother.
Oh, that's your baby.
And he had open heart surgery when he was 8.
Okay.
And so, ever after that, I was so protective of him. Yeah. He moved up to work with me and stuff at 19 and lived with me. He followed me around. He was like my security basically.
Yeah.
My whole
That's
career. Awesome. But I mean, you're better off hitting me in the head with a bat than punching my brother. If you take a swing at my brother, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
You take a swing at me, and I'm like, relax. You sure you're all right? You sure you want to do that? You take one at my brother. It's like you're trying to. You feel you might.
You're done.
You're done. I'm coming after you. But,
The amount of times where shit would pop off.
Wait, you're protecting your brother? I'm like, everyone's looking at him like, that your brother? The big guy over there?
The huge guy in the corner.
You shouldn't hit him.
Yeah. The amount of times where Antonio and I, which is another person who's my size, would be talking shit to people. Or, a fight would almost break out. Dan would literally pick us up and put us under his arms and just walk off as Chuck yelled at somebody. Like, fuck you, let me go. Let me down. Let me at him. Ah! And just Dan's like, nope,
Liddell brothers
you
just
can't
took care of
leave.
business.
Sorry. I was also 140 pounds back then, so it was pretty easy.
I thought it was funny when Sammy
Yeah.
Hansen,
Yeah.
he'd go up and try to body lock Dan. Like he's trying to wrestle with him, and Dan's wrestling around with him a little bit, and he mess around with him, and he'd reach over behind him and grab him by his belt and pick him up. His feet are up. I mean, he's a silver medalist in the Olympics, 125, he's a gold medalist on Worlds.
Yeah.
Like he's a badass wrestler.
One of the best Americans ever.
But he's like, and he's tough. But I mean, I don't think Dan could get him off him if he got him down.
Yeah.
But he's like but he's been pummeling and wrestling with us stand up forever, and he's a big
been
boy.
toughened up. Yeah.
He's a big boy. He's not easy to get down.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet? You two. What was the first interaction?
Well, I moved to San Luis Obispo. I moved to San Luis Obispo when I was 19, and I had already known Antonio Benuelos, who was living with Chuck or was working for Chuck, and then I moved to town, and Antonio was like, "Shit, you live here now for college." He's like, "All right, you don't need to make friends. You're hanging out with us." And the first day I went over to your house, and we were watching fights, I think on a Saturday, watching football or something. And I just sat there on the floor. I was 19. And I was just like sitting there going like, man, this is cool. I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. And then it just turned into a lifelong shit show of a friendship where I got to travel the world and do all these fun things. And I mean, at 19, we're flying to Vegas and doing shit that people just dream. I mean, I was able to live every visceral experience you ever wanted to live in Vegas before I was 21. Without even bringing an ID with me, so it was a lot. It was a good time, and thank you for that, buddy. I love you so much.
That's awesome. Well, obviously at the time, Chuck was the man a little bit, right?
This is before that. This is when on his ascent to become that guy. It was a really cool ride to just see how, riding his coattails. Like we watched the world change. We watched the UFC develop into what it was.
The whole sport.
Oh, like just the UFC changed the world.
Well, as far as he's way before Ultimate Fighter. And all that stuff. He's been around. He's been around forever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and Chuck, you're arguably the Magic Johnson of the UFC. I mean, put the sport on the map.
He doesn't have AIDS anymore either. It's perfect.
Yeah. so yeah, well, I'm gonna take offense to that.
Oh, that's good. But back in the day, Chuck, you were pulling pay-per-view, right? You're the originator of being the big pay-per-view guy. You were about your business yourself 100% of the time. You went into your fights head first. You were a good wrestler, but you loved throwing hands and smashing. People today, average UFC guy, they like to put on the character, get all the views and stuff, and they're very...
Well, it's a different time, too. Like, I ain't mad at anybody. I think they cross the line sometimes with, to me. Like, there's unwritten rules, like, hey, come up, talk trash about my camp, my trainer, my... me, however you want, whatever. Let's sell a fight, right? But there's lines you just don't cross, but I will check you.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna do it in public. This is like I always say like when they jumped over when they got after the Conor fight when they jumped over.
For Dylan Dennis and all that.
Were you there?
I had someone say, no, I wasn't there, but someone said, oh, that was gangster. I was like, no, that wasn't gangster. I was kind of pissed at him until I saw his interview afterwards.
Yeah.
The first words out of his mouth, my dad's going to kill me. Yes. I'm like, okay.
Got a good head on his shoulders.
No, because that's how I would think. Like, he must have lost it out there.
Yeah.
And he lost emotion. I get it, because they were crossing lines I wouldn't be okay with either.
No.
Sure.
People were crossing lines. You don't get across that line. It's like, but I would have, you want gangster? Well, I would have waited until we got in the back room and I would have had them shut us in a room.
One is that
because that way, for me, no one's going to break it up. I'm going to finish what I wanted to do. Out there, and the other side of that too, no fans are going to get hurt, nobody else. But that's thinking about that. I'm a little more calculated that way.
Yeah, 100%.
But I've threatened people. I remember. Well, I'll go back. I tell this story. I've told this a bunch of times, but Tito said on a radio interview in San Diego, I don't date white trash bitches like Chuck. And I got calls from my buddies down there going, hey, what the hell was he saying? And I'm like, and so I was pissed. It was before the Vitor fight, when he fought Vitor. We were in Vegas, I went to the fight, he fought Vitor, beat Vitor. And afterwards, John Huntington was running the 7 or what was that place on? It was on Las Vegas Boulevard. I don't remember the clubs. Yeah. But anyway, he had an after party there, and we were all there. So we all. I was there. I was there. Tito was there, and John Huntington comes up to me, hey man, there's too much tension between you and Tito. You need to squash this for me right here. I can't have you guys fighting in our club. Yeah. Your guys are gonna fight his club. He knows I'm not going to, but he's worried about my guys getting mad and fighting his guys. And I'm like, okay, bring him over. And actually, he came over with Vin Diesel, which was really weird. Like, and he was like, the peacemaker. I'm like, okay, thanks. Don't need your help.
Yeah. What's Vin Diesel gonna do?
I mean, no, he's cool, but I don't need your help.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to Tito.
No, I'll talk to Tito. I said, okay, first off, this is my girlfriend. Apologize. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. I didn't mean to. I wasn't talking about her. You know what's funny? He was talking about Juliette Lewis because there was something in Us Magazine that I'm like, bro, you do realize that was Us Magazine. I wasn't dating her.
Yeah.
And number one. Number two, she plays white trash girls on TV. She isn't one.
She's a celebrity.
What a dumbass.
I'm like,
that's Tito.
but I was like,
Seriously.
I'm like, and I said, so my girlfriend apologized. I said, hey, and you know me, if you ever talk about my family or friends on a radio interview again, I promise you, I know where you live. I'll come beat you in your living room. You got that? He's like, oh, yeah, sorry, man. I didn't mean that. All right, we're cool then.
Yeah.
We're good. Well, I'm good. But like, I'm gonna check you. Like, you know,
Yeah. But see, even for Tito in that like arena, for him to say what he said, but like to still be respectful after the fact and stuff.
Yeah.
When you look at guys today, like, because you guys were training partners back in the day before the beef and all that stuff. You look at Jorge Masvidal and Kobe Covington. Their whole thing of they fought, Jorge lost, and then Kobe and him fight after the fact in public, and then there's a court case.
I mean, but the thing is for me with that, I don't know enough details to really get into it, but. If you're talking about my kid, someone told me it was about his kid. He was talking about his kids, and that's why I did it. I don't know all the specifics, so I don't know for sure. But you talk about my kids on there. Hey, don't.
It's go time.
If you see me, don't expect me to treat you. It's just like the thing that just happened with Jake Shields not too long ago.
Yeah.
With that kid, I don't know the kid's name. Well, I don't care what his name. But some guys that they're talking all this trash online about him. And Jake says it really well. He's a great dude, a good friend of mine. He says it really well. You're a fan. You want to talk that trash. Is one thing. But hey, you're one of us. You're a fighter.
Yeah.
You're gonna show up at the gym and think I'm not gonna step up to you, walk up to you, and check you in person. I mean, you don't get a pass. You're not you're just. I mean, it's just a fan on there. I don't care what you say. I can talk trash back.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're not, it's kind of different when you don't. And for someone said he was pressing charges was absolutely stupid. It's like hey, you were getting punked so bad by Jake. When I saw it on Instagram. I just I liked it and scrolled past it. I didn't even stop it because I thought he was demonstrating a move. So I thought he was demonstrating.
Thought it was a training video.
I thought it was a training video showing what to do on this guy. Like he's talking. He's like up there like he's talking to people. I thought he was just showing what you could do to this guy. I mean, come on.
And the guy on bottom is saying, help, somebody help me, get him off me. It's like, no, man, you're supposed to know how to do this. You get him off, you fucking idiot.
By the way, maybe you shouldn't open your mouth.
Yeah, call him a racist and call him other crazy shit.
It's all shock.
This is a video? I haven't
It's all shock value.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all the trash you're talking, I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, you want to talk to that? Just hey, don't be surprised if I check you when I see you.
Yeah.
So what was going on during the COVID riots? I saw a video of 50 people versus Chuck. It was crazy.
Chuck was a superhero.
Dude, I just wasn't letting people beat up anybody.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't get a cheap shot, people.
Did they even know it was you too?
Oh, they did, yeah. When I came, but some people did, some people didn't. I mean, enough did. I mean, actually, there's one guy, man, who I don't even know who you are, man. If you ever see me, man, you can let me know. But some kid was gonna hit me. I went over to help out, throwing someone off. Someone was gonna hit me with a skateboard. Oh, I was trying to. It wouldn't have been good for him, but some kid dropped him right behind me. Yeah, he got dropped by the guy behind me.
Thank you for that.
Wow.
You know, but,
where was that?
Thank you for not hitting Chuck.
Right there on Main Street.
Yeah, downtown.
But yeah, but I got on too because I was breaking stuff. I was breaking stuff up.
What were you doing out there? Just grabbing food?
I was living down there at the time.
Oh,
because
so everything was walking outside,
going on around you.
They had the whole. They're going to do a march up the street.
Yes,
and they had a line. They held the line. They said they're not going to let you guys destroy our town. And I was actually, they were like people they were trying to pat, and they wouldn't let them march up the street. And then they actually someone from there pepper sprayed the crowd. And then the cops were able to come in and break it up because they could have marched. The cops couldn't stop them. But at that point, then once that started, they could stop them. So it just stopped people from going. I mean, and people, you complain about all you want, them being there to stop it. But at that time, if it was earlier on, before you'd had any cities burned down, it would be one thing.
Yeah.
But you can't complain about people standing there to defend their city, and it had nothing to do with race, and it had nothing to do with cops or people are getting mad at me because I was helping the cops out. Okay,
Just trying to be civil.
I always been, but I was standing next to guys that were felons. They're friends of mine. They were felons, but they weren't letting you destroy their street.
Have you guys seen Main Street lately too?
Oh yeah,
It is like a zombie zone.
it's a shit show.
Crazy.
It's nuts.
Yeah, that's why it's like, oh my gosh, we were down there like a couple weeks ago, and there's a guy that just died in front of us. Like, it's just crazy down
It's
there.
insane.
LA is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you start don't
Yeah.
do stuff. I mean,
trank?
I was saying when you
That's what
start
it's
taking, you don't punish people for crimes. You don't do all that stuff. It changes risk reward. Like you start making it. When it's because there's no penalty for what you do.
No.
There's no penalty for what you do. It makes it a lot easier to do. People will up what they'll do to up what they'll do. You make it easier and easier. If you're risking, like a slap on the wrist or something for something, you're much more likely to do it.
Especially if you're in a situation where you have nothing. It's
Well,
like,
exactly. It is the pandemic, so it's fake. And then you have an already racial divide, which they're trying to make happen grow even bigger. And then you have people, the black culture, who are doing most of these things. And I'm not trying to being racist. It's just had the truth. You have people who are disenfranchised and poor, and they don't know any better. And you give them the opportunity to do this to get free shit. Obviously, they're going to do it. These are just the people who are in that position to do it. It's just like the tweakers who are stealing mufflers and shit. It's just your different lower end groups of people who are disenfranchised and broke and no education and all that stuff I was just talking about. They're obviously going to be the ones who are perpetrating crimes. So then that makes everybody else who has money and power and influence look at these people and dislike them even more. So they're just trying to make this happen so then they can control us
Building the divide.
and building the divide and making it shitty. And it sucks, man, because it's like, you don't want to see this happen to anybody. But if you go to places like downtown LA or San Francisco, they're fucked. They're completely fucked. All the big businesses are pulling out of places like San Francisco because, there's no more Nordstroms, there's no more this, there's no more that, because there's no laws to punish these people. I had a cop in LA tell me, "You're not carrying a gun," and I'm like, "I'm a felon. I am working on my CCW and getting all that erased." But he goes, "Bro, you should be carrying a gun." So now every time I go into LA, someone with me has a gun. My driver has a gun. I always have a knife on me, because it's a fucking dangerous place.
You know what I mean? Bring Chuck.
Why bring him? And it's just like that. That's you have to avoid these situations, but sometimes you can't. It's really gnarly when a cop says I can catch someone with 9 ounces of cocaine on me, and I have to give it back to them and let them go. And I'm like, you mean you have to steal it from them first? Yeah. But there's no repercussions for actions unless I think it's rape, murder, or kidnapping. They don't have to take you into jail. They're not supposed to. They have to cite you and release you. It's really fucking crazy.
I mean, they break into my house. I can stop them, call the cops, get there. If he's parked outside, they'll probably write him a ticket and let him get in if he hasn't done over $1,000 worth of damage.
Exactly. Yeah.
To my house.
Yeah.
It's to that thing. It's like I'm like, no, that's not okay. Because what if I wasn't there? What would you do to my family?
Yeah. Here's a line in the sand. You come here, I'm gonna murder you.
Did they change the break-in shooting?
We saw that one recently. I saw one online where a guy was coming up and try to with a gun.
Yeah, Vince.
A guy to shoot him, and then they took away his CCW.
Yeah. Shout out to Vince, by the way. I'm fucking proud of you, man. You did a really good job.
I saw that thing. I'm like, and they're gonna take his. No, he can't carry a gun now.
It's not American.
What? He did
crazy.
This is the second time those people have tried to rob his house.
He had a guy with a gun pulled on him. He threw a drink at him.
And
pulled his gun.
Oh, was that the guy at the doorstep that turned around?
Yeah.
He got his CCW taken away after that?
Yeah. I was just talking to him on Instagram.
All you got is, I'm not seriously like really that That's not.
He
didn't
kids
do
in his
it.
house too, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Wife and kids.
Wow. Kids. Hey, look, man.
So gnarly.
What I wanna ask you this, but I wanna ask you like your point of view from it. At what point in your career did you find yourself thinking that you would become who you are, like as a champion, or was it a certain fight? And then I want to see what your point of view was when you saw him like become who he was.
Okay.
So, what point in your career did you feel like you can really do this?
I always thought I could do it. I always thought it was the best. That's why I wanted to prove I was the best at what I could do, what I did. And every time I lost, I thought, man, I know what I did wrong. Give me another shot at it. I got it. It's just that confidence, you know. I like fighting. I love fighting, and it was just, I knew I could. I worked hard enough. I get it. I can do this.
And what point, like from you coming up, becoming a legend yourself, like what was the holy shit? Like that's Chuck Liddell moment for you.
Okay. So I was 19 years old and I showed up to their gym and back to Antonio. Antonio was the best in the world at this time. He was world champion at WEC. And I was getting the better of him in training. Or at least, you know, I'm a 19-year-old kid. I can submit him. I can take him down. We can crack back and forth with each other, stand up. And I remember Chuck pulling me aside and say, hey, man, one day you're going to be a superstar. One day, this is how you carry yourself. This is what you do to fans. This is what you do this is when you write your book. This is what you do. And I always had people like him behind me, pushing me, telling me like this, because I manifested all this as from a little kid from watching UFC when I was 8 years old, and I knew it was going to happen. But then to have friends like him look me in the eyes and say, this is how you do. You're under this wing. We're taking care of you because you're going to be the next fucking superstar. I was positioned to be the first Connor. You know, really, I mean, that's what they told me. And he helped me become that superstar. And of course, it was my fault for being addicted and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I was on heroin the whole time I was in the UFC. I became sober, became the best in the world, got screwed over in that fight with Mighty Mouse, and then started doing drugs again. And I was just able to for a while, keep top 5 in the world being on heroin. But it was just like, you know, but it was that was just my life. You know, it's obviously my own fault, but the fact that I was able to reach that rarefied air and have that because people knew how good I was. You know,
Chuck, how was like young Ian? Like, was he like cocky walking around the gym? Or what was his personality? No. How was he though?
No, he was pretty cocky. Yeah.
He was, right?
Yeah, he was cocky.
Yeah.
But you know, that's what you have to be. I don't want to. I always used to say like the couple things I don't want. I can't teach you chin. And I'm not willing to teach you to be mentally tough. So
teach you chin?
I can't teach you chin. Ability. I can't give you the ability to take a punch. Yeah. And I don't want to teach you. And I don't have time to teach you how to be tough. And to be tough, you have to have that confidence. You gotta be. I want. If I ask you to fight, like a lot of these guys today, like oh no, I don't want to fight that guy. I want to fight that guy. And that guy's better for my. Shut up. If I'm training you, you better. If I tell you to fight some guy, you fight him. Yeah. And you better be okay with it. You better think you're gonna beat him.
People are scared of their records nowadays.
I've never fought a guy that I didn't think I was gonna beat, and I've never had anyone offer me anyone that I didn't think I was gonna beat. Like I wanted to be the best, so I'd fight anybody.
How hard was it to say no to a fight back in the day in the UFC?
I mean, you could. You have to accept that. I mean, you can say no. I mean, I guess it'd be you're not
like medical stuff.
I wouldn't even. Well, medical. You could have medical. If really honestly, if you want to pull out, you could always have medical. Probably can't argue.
Yeah,
just one
of those. Say you could have. I mean, I don't know. I guess anybody could have a doctor. I have 10 different doctors tell me I'm hurt.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I just never. I don't think I ever. I think one time I asked for. I wanted to fight Randleman. I asked for Randleman because he was.
Just a surprise gift.
Well,
who am I fighting?
I wanted Randleman because he was coming down from heavyweight and he's supposed to be the next in line for the belt. He's just gonna have him fight one fight at 205 and then fight for the belt or 199 I think at the time. But,
if Dana called you tomorrow and he offered you to fight, would you do it if the bag was big enough?
Of course. I'm telling you, I'm not in any kind of shape to fight. I'm not planning on fighting anytime soon. But they, you know,
If it was
they
big
have,
enough-
they have enough money. That's not, that's
Who
it.
would you want it to be against?
Oh, I don't know. I don't care.
If you had to
If
pick
I-
someone.
Well, I mean, all that stuff. There's no one really to pick. I just because you have to go back to, you know, I don't know. I don't know that I care.
What about like those YouTubers like Jake Paul?
Oh, you
or
know,
like
if I had to
Logan
put
Paul or
myself-
something?
If I was gonna buy. I said something to those guys. I mean, you know, I think I got a butthurt when I said something to one of them.
Oh, really?
Bro, I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to help you guys promote a fight. Bro, I was trying to help you guys promote. I don't mean anything by it. I think you're doing great for boxing. You're doing boxing. I think this is great for boxing for you guys. For guys, you know, guys are making money. You guys are just doing a smart job, and he's tough. I mean, the kid can fight. He fights okay.
Bringing eyes to the sport. It's good.
They bring eyes to the boxing back to bring more attention back to boxing for him. I mean,
And was it Showtime that just went out of business too? It's crazy, right?
Oh, no way.
Or which I don't know.
think
which
it was.
one. Something like that for
No,
boxing.
I don't think.
but
Showtime boxing.
One of the boxing like
Maybe
things
the
went
zone?
out of business though. Actually,
But I was gonna
think
say,
it might be Showtime.
bringing up like coming back to fighting. If you were, what made you go from retired 2010 to 2018? What was the number one thing you would say?
I don't know. We were trying to, like, one of the biggest things problem I had in the beginning was, or at the end was, you know, I wasn't able to take a punch like I used to. And so, you know, it was one of those things that I thought maybe it's been enough time. Maybe it's changed. Maybe, you know, maybe I can take it. Maybe I've had enough time off where it makes a difference. I mean, I heard a lot of theories on what makes you not able to take a shot as much as you get older, but I had no theories on what to do about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now I've done some brain training, just done some stuff in the brain training space, like where they have you do something that supposedly fix the problem, but I don't know if I'll ever find out.
Yeah.
Because I'm 53 years old, so
Better to not test it.
better not test it. But
Sure.
if it's able to really help that well, it's one of those things that you can do it. It's because it's treating concussions as you go. Like 'cause you can treat them. You know, go out, you get beat up a little bit, you can go get it trained. And I think even more importantly for kids, for guys, military guys, and stuff like that, I think as we kind of experiment with some of these therapies for brain injury and brain and being able to solve some of these problems, so, you know, help guys able to, you know, put them in a better spot to treat the problems, and like even combined with like you a lot of the other stuff, psychedelic stuff, and you know, even combined with that, like if you get, you know, you got, because there are little different ones. One I think is more helping with the mental side of it, but like some of the brain training stuff helps with your ability for your brain function and the way it's operating.
And processing speed makes both hemispheres speak. All four corners of the brain speak together. Works on neuroplasticity. So then, if you add in molecules like psilocybin or CBD or these things that can drop inflammation, your body can then heal. But it also produces positive chemicals in the brain, like brain-derived neurotrophic factor, glutamate, all these things. So you're actually retraining the brain to remember things, speech patterning, thought processing, all these things, while you are encouraging it to heal itself.
I thought it was so weird too, Tito, the way he celebrated after that third
Douchebag.
fight.
Fuck
Too. All the
Tito.
comments too were just like, "What is this? Why is this guy celebrating like that?" Like it was.
That's just what he does.
Sorry, it is what it is.
It's a bigger
You know,
brother complex.
Yeah.
You know, it's I mean, it is what it is, man. I should have known better. Because I wasn't able to balance on one with my eyes because I wasn't able to balance on one foot.
Really?
I didn't know that. I just thought I hadn't fought in 8 years. I thought I just wasn't doing as well.
Thought you could shake it off like a
well, no, and I just thought I could, and I figured he was the best. If I can't beat him, I shouldn't be fighting anyway. So I might as well give it a shot.
That's crazy.
Give it a shot.
Oh my gosh, how
But
hard?
I got talked into it by. We won't get into that.
Some bad sources.
Yeah, but you just because I mean I would have gone different route to
For sure.
Man, if you would have won though, that would have been insane. Gosh.
How hard was it getting through a press conference with Tito?
Oh, it's not hard at all. He's fun.
He's fun?
of.
Really?
Well,
I have a hard time watching some of his interviews.
that made me laugh. So
Yeah.
I still get people sending me stuff.
All right.
I still like my favorite. Still, I'm getting. You've been seeing the one where he got sworn in.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, see him getting sworn in. Go check that one.
I don't know if I want to.
Let's see,
Brain damage.
guys, see him getting sworn in.
Is it funny?
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's pretty funny. Like I don't want like something anymore, but
Yeah.
people. I mean, and people think I hate him. I don't hate him. I just don't. I just don't want to. You know, I don't. He's. I heard a lot of people. He's changed and this and that. I'm like, but you know, I don't. You know,
Watch 45 minutes of Tito Ortiz content and tell me you don't agree with Chuck. That's all I have to say. That's all I have
Dude,
to say.
when did you get your haircut like that?
92,
Like, how did that?
No, he was born with
90,
it.
What the fuck?
probably 90, 91, 92.
Wow.
We were going to. Well, I'll explain it. We were going to a Slayer concert, and so my buddies I wrestled with, we're all going to Slayer concert, and they're all shaving their heads. Now, I'd had my head shaved until I was in 8th grade. And my grandma made me shorter than this, like all the time, everywhere. And until a substitute teacher asked me after class, then I was telling my grandma a story laughing, and she's like, well, maybe you should grow your hair out. But like, she asked me about skinhead culture. Like, I'm like, she was interested about skin. Like, back then, it was racist skinheads.
She assumed that you were because
that's
of your
because
head.
of my haircut. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, lady.
You just have a shaved head.
My grandparents make me shave
like,
my
I'm
head.
cool,
I'm not
I'm
a
cool.
skinhead. Don't know what you're talking about. So they let me grow my hair out. So I had my hair grown out at that time, probably for, my 4 years in high school and then a couple years in college. And then I'm like, I'm not shaving my head, guys. Sorry. And then we shaved my head into a mohawk. And
Started getting a bunch of girls after that. You're like, let's keep it.
No, the funny thing is, here's the funny thing. I worked at a bar and I was working at the fair.
Oh, okay.
Now I was working at the fair doing concerts, so I was security. And I realized during that time that when I would walk through the fair afterward, like people, like vendors would offer me free food.
Oh, they thought you were like a band member?
No, they knew I was a security guy there.
Oh.
But like, because you're walking around normal, no one knows who you are. They're not gonna recognize you, but they recognize me because of my hair.
Yeah,
And so I kept it. And then for a long time, I'd just been doing it. I did it, just kept it. And then
Do you cut it yourself
I have.
right now still?
I do sometimes.
It looks fucking like
But I have
easy
people,
to do.
I have people come in.
Did you have someone line it up today for
It
the
looks
pod?
good, dude.
No, I didn't. Actually,
It looks fresh.
Heidi Ray, she
Shout out.
shaved it for me.
What does a tattoo mean? And then when did you get that?
Shortly after.
Oh, nice.
Shortly after I started kickboxing, I was. They were stripping me of my black belt, my old style, because I was bastardizing the art by training.
Messing people up.
I was doing something. I wasn't doing their style, and I really never talked about it much. But like it was really when I did it was, I was in school for accounting, and I wanted somewhere where you could see it without me taking my shirt off. But I could cover it up real easy when I went to go get a real job. Because at that point, I'd still plan on getting a real job someday. And so I wanted to put it on my head. And I actually went to a tattoo shop. They said, we won't do that. We don't do that. And I was telling a buddy of mine that, and he goes, I got a guy to do it. No problem. Hold on, I got a guy for you. $40. So I did it. So I went and got it done. But it was basically this is what we put on our gis when you get your black belt, my style. And instead of a gym patch, you put that on a gi. So, me, it was really at the beginning, it was an F you to them. It's like, I earned it, you can't take it from me. So that's how it started.
That's sick.
I was thinking about doing your cut today at the barber shop.
Yeah, we all went and got cut up
gonna
this
do
morning.
it.
We were debating getting the mohawk, but
We were gonna do it today.
Kyler's got some moles on his head, so he can't do the mohawk.
Zach here, though, he kind of struggles with the goatee to get chicks. Would you say yours helps? Or
any goatee? Should I shave the right here? Or?
No, that's
People tell. Sometimes I get like 70s cooch down here. Sometimes people say it's pretty bad.
70s cooch?
Yeah, but maybe if I shave the middle, I'll pull like Chuck. So
Chucks?
Dude, how many girls threw themselves on you when you became champ?
Man.
Ian's like, oh shit.
I never had
it.
problems with that anyway. But yeah.
With
No,
or
but
without the belt?
with the belt though, it was probably crazy.
It was not.
did you see a change?
It was not hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like anything else. I mean, I don't kid myself. I mean, I've never been bad with girls. I worked at a bar, and it was pretty good. But like,
What's the pickup line?
I didn't even have one anymore.
Said I'm Chuck.
Nah, but it was pretty wild. Yeah. It was a wild time.
I bet.
Yeah.
After you became champion, how was that feeling?
It was pretty awesome. Like, I mean, it was, it'd been a long time. It was like one of those things. I've always, when I was wrestling, I was always, had the guy that had the shot at that, didn't quite finish it, didn't quite do it. When I was, I had been a champion in kickboxing, but it was that was like all over the place, what an organization is. And then finally becoming the UFC champ after I worked for it so hard and I messed up, lost chance, then finally came back and got it again. I was pretty excited. I mean, people ask me if my favorite fight, and if you had to put a gun to my head and make me pick one, that would probably be it, knocking Randy out the first time.
I saw you said you'd beat Mike Tyson in a street fight. I might be wrong on the quote there.
Oh no, it was funny because I always tell a story about my grandfather, and Ed Milet was the guy I was talking to, and he actually was the first guy to actually ask me, "Who do you think would win between you guys?" Because I used to say I was talking about my grandfather and my grandpa.
Both in their prime, both in your prime.
Yeah, but my grandpa raised me, so. And my grandpa used to, when I was like 19 years old, be like, "Oh, you can beat that Mike Tyson guy.
Yeah.
You can beat." I mean, yeah, Pop, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And I said, the funny thing is, it's a legitimate question now. Who'd win in a street fight, you or Mike Tyson?
I think you would.
I think, that's what I said. He asked, and I said, I've never been asked that question. I'm like, well, I would. I mean, I'm going to say, he's got one shot on my way in.
Yeah.
That's
about it.
I need him not to catch me with that shot coming in.
He can't bite your ear when you take his back.
All he has is
by the way,
these.
he can bite all he wants. I don't care about that. If I kick him down, once I get past, if he missed that shot, I'm going to take him down. And it's over. He will not get up. I'm not letting him up.
No.
And I know Mike. He's always been really cool to me. I've known him since before.
Didn't you just see him in Saudi?
Yeah, I just saw him.
I saw you on TV with McGregor too.
Yeah, out there. That was fun. There was a lot of guys there. So many boxers.
How was that?
How's it in Saudi?
Oh, it was cool.
Yeah.
Everybody was. I mean, it was just, but kind of like it was just kind of from hotel to hotel, and or from the palace thing and whatever.
People seeing and stuff.
But just really, it was really fast. I was only there for a couple of days. I was there. I traveled. I probably traveled as much as I was there.
Okay.
Because the travel day is almost 24 hours, like between layovers and stuff, and then coming back, coming there and going back, it was pretty crazy. But there were so many guys there. Like,
Mike was there too, right?
Well, Mike Tyson, he just opened gyms out there. He's opened a couple of gyms
in Saudi.
In Saudi.
Super cool.
Did I ever tell you Mike tried to fight me in a meeting? In a business meeting, he was on a bunch of mushrooms, tried to fight me, and I was like, fuck yes. I get to fight Mike Tyson.
That's scary.
It was a shit show.
I
Fuck
wouldn't be
him.
saying that.
I'm not afraid of Mike Tyson. That might sound crazy, but I was working with him for 6 months, sizing him up the whole time. I was like, number one, you're not that big. Number two, you're old, and you don't know how to fight. You know how to box.
Dude.
I was like, I will fucking climb you like a tree and choke you unconscious real quick. Or he's going to knock my head. He's going to knock my head. And he still needs, he kind of apologized to me. And if he wants to apologize and talk to me, great. Otherwise, Mike taught me a lot of great things in life. He taught me great things about women and about life and all this good stuff. But the fact that just the way he treats people around, or at least when I was there, I was like, man, not my kind of person. Like he's an amazing person, but he's around a bunch of yes men and people that don't really take care of him, and you can't give a person like that much room to act how they want, because it's like I always say he's the everything that's wrong with the psychedelic world. Like it's just completely wrong the way that it all works. And I mean, that's just me being, I guess, a little bitchy because he tried to fight me and I didn't get to fight him.
Who would win in a fight? You and Chuck or Rampage and Mike Tyson?
You can fight Rampage.
2v2.
Yeah. Quentin's fucking gigantic.
Like 2v2.
And he knows how to sprawl.
2v2 octagon.
That's a crazy matchup.
2v2 octagon, like fucking Bruce Buffers and fucking like it's time.
Well, it's two MMA versus
let's go.
I always wanted another shot at him. So
I was gonna ask you, Chuck.
I know where he lives.
We're friends.
I know where he lives.
He actually bought me. He bought me a drink last night. I was on a Saturday night. someone sent me. He sent me a drink through the waiter or the manager.
Oh, that's cool.
Quentin's a good dude. He wanted to send you a drink. I'll tell him thanks, man.
Rampage is cool. His kids grew up in our community.
Dude.
Yeah.
But I was going to ask you, you wake up tomorrow, you're prime Chuck, 30 years old, whatever you think your prime is, right? You got Rashad Evans, you got Tito Ortiz, and you got Rampage. Who are you picking for the rematch? You get one.
Rampage.
Rampage.
Yeah,
and what makes Rampage so special?
Yeah, he beat me twice.
Just a beast.
Yeah, he beat me twice. Yeah. I mean, I know he's both times I thought I know what I did wrong. I can beat him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Saw you on his podcast too. Is that weird being in front of him like that?
No, man, we're friends. I've known him for a long time. I mean, it is what it is.
I'm sure it's all camaraderie and respect.
It's business.
Hey, look, it's a fight. You know, we went out and fought. I lost. I made a mistake. Well, I lost. It is what it is.
I saw something too saying that like Dana used to manage you before the UFC started.
Yeah. No, not before UFC started.
Okay. Before they bought the UFC. So okay, how was that? Like, what was your first time meeting
cool.
Dana?
Dana was cool. He was managing Tito, and I was training. This guy, one of our buddies, he told Dana that he should manage me because he was. This guy's beating up Tito all the time. Yeah. In training, I was beating him up in training all the time. He was like, man, you might want to get this guy too because this guy's kicking his ass. So,
well, later on in your career, Dana wanted you to beat Tito in all those fights too, right? You were favored by him.
He knew I was going
He doesn't like
too.
Tito, but he loved you too.
I used to pick on Tito. Yeah, he was smart. Dana brought me in. Like people don't realize. Like they bring me as a sparring partner for him mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of helping him out. Well, actually, I was. Every time I was there, trying to help him get ready for fights. And like when he's getting ready for Yuki Kondo, we were supposed to do six rounds of boxing.
Sparring.
6 rounds of hands. And I might have been hands and feet, but whatever. And 3 rounds in, he threw his headgear off on the left.
Tito.
And I was fighting southpaw.
Oh, God.
I was mimicking a southpaw.
No leg kicks either.
No, I used to spar the way I spar with guys, hard, like body. I mean, light to the head, light to the legs, hard to the body. Fine. And you know, that you recover from, and even if you eat the worst shot, you recover in 20 minutes. Don't break your ribs.
Yeah. What businesses are you involved in too right now?
You know, a lot of the stuff I'm doing right now has to do with just, you know, it's more appearance based, like speaking. I do a lot of speaking stuff and do charity work. Do a lot of charity events.
That's super awesome.
Working with guys that, but yeah, that's a lot of the stuff I do.
And I was looking at your watch too. Is that digital or? So is that an Apple Watch with a Richard Mille?
It's an Apple Watch.
That is so sick.
That is so sick.
It's old, but look, if you look how beat up this Apple Watch, if I had a regular Apple Watch, it'd just be snapped all the time.
Yeah.
I break the face all the time, but this is like it's just a
Richard Mille.
Yeah.
Case.
I want that drop.
Yeah,
that's sick. That's sick. Richard Mille Apple Watch.
For my birthday, so I'm like, oh, that's perfect. Because I was like, they got me an iWatch. Someone got me an iWatch, and I'm like, I have a hard time wearing this. I keep bouncing the thing off.
Yeah.
I've got all my watches. I bounce them off stuff. I'm like, you're not supposed to beat up your watches. I'm like,
it happens.
So what happens when you talk with your hands?
Shop.
Yeah.
Who would you say like your fighting style back then is close to now when you watch?
I don't know.
Nobody
Like a
bangs
new
like
era
Chuck,
of
man.
Chuck.
Telling you.
Yeah, who's the sprawl and brawl guy right now? I should watch more fights, man. I don't know.
In the UFC?
Yeah.
It was light heavyweight, right?
Yeah. But you know, but you see guys that I was like a guy that I just like to strike. So I mean, I was like, I used my wrestling to stay up. It's funny. I get a lot of people ask me about, like, I get surprised that I know jiu-jitsu. I'm like, well, I went into John Lewis. John Lewis was teaching a class.
Yeah.
John Lewis was teaching a class, and I went in, and he's like, oh, you want to roll with the guys? I was sure. And he gave me a gi and a white belt to put on.
He gave you a white belt.
Give me a gi and a white belt to put on, so I put a belt on. And then I was rolling with one of his brown belts, and I swept him a couple times. He's like, man, I thought you were a kickboxer. I'm like, like your coach has been my coach for longer than you've known him. Yeah. You're probably in high school when he was. You're probably in high school when he was my coach. When I was like, it's like, but people are still so shocked that I know jiu-jitsu.
And then Dancing with the Stars, I saw that. I was like, whoa.
That was fun.
That was funny.
Yeah, what's that experience?
Chuck and move the hips.
Here's the thing. That's back then, and that's one of the things and it really helped me out in the long run, like the crossover thing, like being more crossovers than a lot of people, because what we were doing, but I did that to get in front of a different demographic.
Yeah.
I was taking a little time off after a fight, and they offered it to me. I'm like, you know what? This is a good time to do it. Let's go do it. Because it was because we were still a little bit trying to keep people that were not Neanderthals, and we're still trying to advance the sport. So I was just trying to get in front of more people. That was always our goal, like how do you get in front of?
You
paved the
audience
way
too.
for that.
You got the belt,
When you're like at a club or you're like at a bar, are you like the dancing type of guy?
Well, I like to dance, yeah.
A lot.
I'm not very good at it.
A lot. He loves to dance.
He loves to dance, huh?
Yeah.
I like to dance, but
Bro,
I
love to dance, bro. Dude,
It's
dance
like
off with you.
Dance off with Chuck.
It's like I like singing too, but I'm terrible.
Who's your favorite like artist, singer?
Oh, I don't know.
Like Taylor Swift?
You don't listen like that?
He's a Swiftical for sure.
Yeah, Swifter? Swifter? It's the grass fairies, Chuck, I'm telling you.
Seeing him in Dancing with the Stars was fucking so adorable, because I remember he pulls me outside and goes, "You gotta check this out," and he starts showing the dancing. He goes, "It's just like katas or your forms in martial arts."
I love
and I'm
it.
watching him move around and do it all, and I was like, "This is hilarious."
That's
and then
crazy.
actually seeing him do it, I got to sit with Mickey Rourke, which was fucking amazing. But I got to watch him perform,
great.
and it was
He's
a
funny.
surreal
filter.
experience. Yeah, no filter at all. That's man, partying at his house in New York was so much fun. Remember that night? But it was fun to see him completely get off of fighting and just become a dancer for a few months.
Well, you're the first fighter to make that transition too in the UFC. I remember being a kid. I turned on Blue Mountain State. I see Chuck Liddell on my screen. I'm
That was
laughing my
crazy.
ass
Simpsons,
off.
Blue Mountain State, like
my
all this
favorite
shit.
episode. I mean, you've been on everything. Criminal
That
Minds.
was funny. That one too. Like
I'm sure that set was fun.
but going to those guys are great. But like my manager at the time told me, "Oh, don't worry. I asked him about lines because I'd learned from earlier that you know your lines."
Yeah.
So I need a little bit of practice. I'm pretty good with short-term memory stuff, but I just need a little bit of practice. So I get there, and he's, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'm not saying much." And I get there, and they got like 8 pages of lines. I'm like,
No way.
Oh.
I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
What is it? I'm like, man,
Get nervous?
I'm like, man, no, I just, I'm going to struggle with this a little bit because it's just a lot. That's a lot to learn.
Yeah, 8 pages off the bat.
And when you're you got to try to act too. Like you can't just remember
You're not
your
just
lines.
saying
If you're sitting there going like that, while you're trying to say your lines while you're looking up and trying to figure out in the back, it looks like you're just looking for your lines.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like you're acting. So, it was pretty rough. But I thought I did terrible on that, but they did such a.
It's so
by
funny.
the way, I don't know who edited that for me. If anyone wants I owe them a bottle of champagne. Just thank you. You made me look really good.
Oh, so funny.
It actually turned out.
It looks- yeah.
However they cut that, they did a great job.
They did a
AI
really
Chuck.
good
Dude,
job.
that was hilarious. What do you think your favorite cameo is, though? Anything too. You voiced over on Simpsons,
okay.
everything.
Well, my favorite show to be on was Entourage. Yeah. I'd asked for that one. That was my favorite show. That was my last show that I actually watched. I went out of my way to watch it when it came out. Like I would be on the road and find someplace that had it playing.
Yeah.
To go watch it. Second to that would be I went to go do my voice for Simpsons.
Yeah.
And they asked me if I wanted to sit in on a read for the next,
Like the whole group?
next one for the whole group, with the whole group of them, and they go around reading their parts in character, right? And this bar scene comes to this bar scene, and Hank Azaria is doing the bar scene. Now he does like three or four, whatever,
Like voices?
three or more voices in the bar. So this guy's having a conversation with himself in different voices, and it was like just watching that. I was like, "Oh man, that is awesome!" Like he's just going because he just go like you're like the same guy, just
Yeah.
and just right.
he would play different characters
He's
with
playing
the same voice.
at the same
But he's
with
having a
different
conversation
voices.
with himself with
So it
different
wouldn't be
voices.
reading. He would change his voice for each character.
It's a weird skill.
So it's just sitting there going back and
Crazy.
forth
What the
and having a
weird.
conversation with himself. I'm
Wow.
like, man, that's
But if you
impressive.
close your eyes, you'd think it was separate people. I'm sure.
Wait, does he get paid for multiple
100%.
characters? Oh, yeah.
With the voices.
yeah.
That's
from-
crazy.
I was a Simpsons fan, so it was voices from the Simpsons.
Yeah, it's like
so you're
surreal.
Wow. Because I didn't really know.
so you're
I
all
really-
of them.
I didn't know he was all those guys because it's not like kind of the extra ones.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I didn't know those were him.
Oh, that's
So I was
hilarious.
like, wait, did he? Wait, because they're normally they're just going back and forth from you.
Yeah, it's just
and
naturally
him.
happening, right?
They're going back and forth with whoever's talking, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, is he just? It's just him talking to himself. Okay, this is cool.
Oh, that's
That was
crazy.
pretty awesome. That's probably my second favorite thing from doing.
Yeah.
How many have you been in? Like how many shows, movies? You don't even probably
His
lost.
his IMDb is huge.
I haven't. And funny thing is, like when someone did a thing from. They asked me a question about doing the Paul Walker one.
Fast and Furious.
I saw
I
that.
did. What was it called? Now I'm
I
forgetting the name.
saw it though. I
Yeah,
know
but
you're
someone,
talking about.
she put a clip of it up. I'd never actually seen it. The shower scene. It was a prison shower scene.
Oh,
What show was it in?
Did you drop the soap, Chuck?
No, he didn't. I slapped that. I slapped. They had a bunch of different like scenes of me punking him, and I slapped
the soap out of his
I slapped the soap out of his hand.
Chuck, if you were to slap the soap out of my hands in prison, I'd die.
That was very funny. I ended up.
You definitely
I ended
get
up
fucked.
doing it. The other guy in that scene was Tim Sylvia.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Who is so big? Oh my God.
Actually, I can't find it. I'm still trying to find it. I took a picture while I was on set with that with all these guys. There was like 6'10", 6'10", 6'9", 6'6". I mean, I look like a circus midget.
Wait, what was this?
What it was just that
scene.
not that scene, but
scene.
that movie. They're not in the scene. That was in that movie, the whole movie.
Oh.
I got my slit throat. I got to wear like a neck prosthetic thing.
Oh, no way.
And my throat cut by
that's crazy.
my license plate. That's how I died in it. But I never. But I was just what I was getting at. I was gonna say that I've never seen that. I've never seen the movie. That was
that's
the
a
first
trip.
time I've ever seen that clip.
Yeah. Was it trippy watching it back? Did it like come back
It's
to you?
Wow, that's weird. Like, well, okay. It was funny. But it's funny. Like I did the funniest one in there was like they had me push him. They had decided like because they got to do different run throughs in this library thing, and they had what they call vampire clips.
Okay.
For instead of like taping it on the vampire, so it had like little metal things in it. And I went to push him because they wanted me to push him, and it cut me all the way up here.
God damn.
And I'm like, they're like freaking out, like, what are
Yeah,
we
'cause
gonna
you
do?
got hurt.
Because we have to do another cut. They got me having me bleeding everywhere. I'm like, you guys got any like Vaseline? Hey, give me some Vaseline here.
Just went the Vaseline on you going.
Get to fight.
We're good. It's fine. We're
I'll
good.
be fine.
Hey guys, yes, I'm on a private jet, and none of this would be possible without our sponsor, Zill Media. If you need any social media or any content done, or even start a podcast like ours, they are the best in the business. Go to zillmedia.com and mention Basement Talk for a discount on their services. Now let's get back to the episode. Let's get off this fake jet. Go get back to the episode.
He doesn't listen to Grass Fairies.
Yeah. I'm ignoring him.
Let him kick his ball.
He's gonna punch me, dude.
And he was in a tournament, an 8-man tournament. Okay. And he split his eye.
Yeah.
In the first round. First round of the tournament.
Yeah.
And John had given me. John couldn't make it, so he gave me his pack. He said, "This is adrenaline. Put this. If they cut cuts, put it in there." So I'm sitting on the side. I didn't mix it ahead of time. I'm like sitting in the corner. I see him get cut. I'm like. So the liquid adrenaline, it's in the Vaseline. So it basically kind of cauterizes. It stops it bleeding. So I'm stopping that, and then he tells the story. I was laughing.
You put adrenaline in the Vaseline?
Yeah. I put that in his eye.
Makes it stop bleeding.
It makes it stop bleeding.
Oh.
To stop the blood. But from the cut from bleeding. Now, because afterwards they're like, "Well, do you want to sew it up?" And I'm like, "Well, can you fight if he sews it up?" I said, "No. As long as you don't have to sew it up, we can fight it. We can start the next fight." Yeah. They let us in. And I forgot about this, but he was telling me about it. He wrote it in his book, but like, and it made me laugh because I remembered it. He wanted to fight. So I said, "You want to fight?" All right. The guy's trying to come look for him to check him. I shoved him in a closet.
Till the fight started.
I was hiding him so he didn't fight. He beat Mayhem in the finals.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That one, yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
It was funny, but it was just cool. And he said, I guess I didn't realize it, like he really needed the money at the time.
Yes, of course.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I just stuck him in the closet. He said he wanted to fight. You want to fight? You just gotta ask guys. Like some guys really do. Some guys really don't. It's like when a doctor comes to the corner and he asks the guy, "Hey, do you want to fight? Are you all right? And he goes. The doctor stops it. And they go, "Oh wait, he stopped it!" Like
The fighter wanted to stop.
Look, bro.
Yes or no question.
If you ask, yes, I'm fine. Yes, how are you? Oh, I'm good. That's all you can say. You want to fight? Yeah. I'm good. We're good. I don't
know if you guys saw that last.
You can wait till they leave, and then you can say something to your buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not.
Did you see the last Johnny Walker fight? I don't think it was the last main event. The one before when they were in Saudi, the doctor stopped it and he walked in and he goes, "Johnny, where are you? Where are you?" And he goes, "The desert." And then he stopped the fight and Walker apparently was pissed about that.
He barely speaks English.
He wasn't in the desert.
Yeah, he was in the desert. That's the thing.
Yeah,
he's in Saudi.
I mean,
it's tricky.
I don't know if that counts as not responding. I would ask another question.
Yeah, maybe a more detailed question.
Another question. One more. Wait, maybe if you want to.
Which desert?
Yeah.
That was a bad doctor's call. Like, come on, the guy barely speaks English, anyways. Like,
oh, he's funny.
That wasn't Herb Dean, right?
No, we watched it at Dave & Buster's.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We
saw Rampage there.
It's the doctor.
Yeah, for sure.
If the doctor's stopping it, it's different.
Yeah.
But when a doctor comes up, all you can say is, it's like I remember people gave Jeremy Horn a second fight when I fought Jeremy Horn about it because he called off the fight, and said he quit. I'm all, that guy's tough. After the first round, he went to the corner and they came to check him out. "You all right? You're all right?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He said after he walked away, he's all, "How you doing?" "I'm seeing 3 of them." So I'm seeing 3 of them right now. And he fought for 3 more rounds. He fought the 4th round. He just couldn't see. He actually said he couldn't see McCarthy anymore.
Yeah.
Wow. He couldn't see that. He couldn't see the.
We all wanted that to stop. That was a beating. And Jeremy's just, some people are just that tough.
Yeah, he was, hey, there's no shit. He couldn't see. Like, how was he going to stand up and let me hit him? If you can't see, I don't know if I would hit him. He caught up and couldn't find me.
Turns the opposite direction. Come over here, man.
When we were actually watching the Johnny Walker fight, I forgot what the main was, but
it was Islam.
We were at a Dave & Buster's, and we didn't know until like later, but Rampage is sitting behind us.
I go to Dave & Buster's and watch.
Oh, Dave & Buster's a spot. No knock on it for being a Dave & Buster's.
It's a great place to watch fights, and people, to be honest, they really don't bother me that much. Like I get bothered less there than I do most things.
Tables are separated there and stuff.
But they also, like, everyone's kind of they're kind of. They understand they'll leave me alone while the fight's on, and they'll talk to me after, which is fine. I'm good. I'll take as many pictures you want in between fights. Good. I mean,
that's
or if I run off to play with my kids, they leave me alone over there for the most part.
And that's what me and Zach did. We just want to go say what's up. He's on the way back to sit down in the restaurant. Like, we're just saying hi, and he's like, no. Like, we're just like
having it. And I'm taught his son Raja was supposed to be on the podcast a little while ago. They grew up in our area and stuff, so he's a nice guy and everything, but he wasn't having it that day. Did not want to have a call.
Well, I mean, it comes down to sometimes people understand. I don't get mad at anybody about that kind of stuff. Like, there are. I mean, people make choices. Like, you don't have. I mean, I'm pretty good with it. People come up to me and doing all that stuff all the time. But when it is your own time,
I'm sure it takes a toll.
Sometimes it comes.
We don't know what
it's
it's like.
I remember we were with.
I do.
We were at a concert. And I forget who it was.
Swift.
No, no. But like my buddy's friend's. My buddy's wife wanted a picture with the guy, and he's like, I can't. He's like, I can sign anything you want, but I told everybody else in here I wouldn't take pictures. I'm not, so I can't. Just
it makes other people.
I can't, because then all of a sudden it's gonna be like, wait, why did you say no to me?
Yeah.
Why did you say no to me? And I used to do that. I did that at dinners. I learned because the people sitting with me sometimes get annoyed.
Yeah.
So what I'll say is like, hey, they come up, like, hey, where are you sitting?
Yeah.
Oh, over there? Okay. I'll come over and.
Which that's so nice
Hey,
of
I'll
you.
go and I'll get you when I have a chance to get up and come over. I'll come over and get a picture with you, and then that way. Because the other thing, a lot of times there's a bunch of people looking and going, and
Yeah.
you know,
They
if they
pique
say
your
yes, then
interest.
5 more people come up.
It's a fucking
You know,
zoo.
and now the people at the table are going, you know, like
Gonna be the whole
they're
dinner,
not-
yeah.
they're not-
Do you
they're not
miss
used to it.
being able to go to Ralph's and just get groceries or?
Look, man, the plus side number, the minuses, and most of the fans are really great. Honestly, I've had very few bad experiences with fans.
What's that?
And most of them are, and like, I'll tell you something, there's been days I've been having a horrible day, and like, you know, hey, all right, everything's all right, that's cool. You know, someone will come and say something, they're like, all right, I did that for you, all right, man, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
It makes you feel, just feel, okay, that's cool, all right.
What was like a bad experience?
Yeah.
I was, the 2 worst ones I used to go to with that, it was like, one time as my older kids, I was chasing them on a jungle gym. Right? My big ass is on the top of a jungle gym. When it comes up, I'm up there chasing him. And the guy comes up and goes, "Hey man, can I get a picture
In the jungle gym?
I'm like, what? Like he's yelling up at the top. I'm like, I went like this. When I'm done, and he's like, "What an asshole!" I'm like, "What?" Then the other one, like a guy come run up. I had a guy come run up one time and knock down my daughter. Now she was probably about 6, my oldest daughter. Knocked her down, and I'm picking her up. I checked, make sure she's all right. You know, did it by mistake. Got excited, came running over. If the first words out of his mouth weren't, "Can I get an autograph?" I might have been okay. But he said that. I looked up and went, "You better run."
Oh, Jesus. Whoa! How fast was this dude?
Who's gone? So gone. I'm thinking the only reason I'm not going to kill him right now is I don't want to watch me kill him.
Did you actually bark at him?
What?
Did you actually bark at him?
I
Probably
yeah,
worse.
pretty loud.
Oh, shit.
You need to. I mean, serious like those little girls here, like but it's like you know, it's common courtesy. You knocked my daughter down. You can't even if you just gone in. Oh man,
Yeah,
I'm so
for
sorry.
anybody.
I'm so sorry. Is she okay? Can I still get an autograph? Oh, yeah, no problem. Just next time, be more careful. You know, just not.
People forget you're a real person sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. But like I said, most of my interactions with fans. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. I mean, I've been doing it over. It's been 20 years, over 20 years. Yeah. And I got a few bad stories. Most people are generally great. You know, I take people telling me, you helped me walk again. You helped me. You saved my life. I'm like, I don't really get it, but if I did, it makes me feel good that I was able to help you with that.
Does it ever make you wonder, like, how did I make you walk? Like,
well, I'd say they just you helped me. Like we got one guy told me, he's like, I got a motorcycle accident, wasn't supposed to walk again, and like every day before therapy, I watched your films, I watched your tape,
Oh, that's cool.
So it motivated me to go. So I mean that that makes you feel good. You know, like just if you could do that for somebody.
What are some like hobbies of yours, or some things you like to do other than fighting?
Other than fighting, Not a whole
Not a whole
Play
lot.
soccer on Sundays.
No.
3 gun?
No, I play. I do a lot of stuff with my kids. Playing, being dad's my favorite hobby.
Jungle gyms, maybe.
Jungle gyms, yeah, messing around.
Swifty
trying to
concerts.
chat. Definitely not that.
you keep dropping the Taylor Swift bars on your chest.
By the way, I'm going to get a lot of trouble if I'm saying anything bad for my girl and her.
Oh, they love Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Go
I was
Chiefs.
able to get them. They went to the Taylor Swift concert.
What about
I had to work.
What about like vacation spot? You've traveled the whole world. Where's your favorite spot to go for like some time off or some vacation?
I mean, I have to say Hawaii, just because I have my trainers from Hawaii. It's kind of like the roots of our fight gym. So, but I mean, I like Canada. I like people up there, and I like Australia. I had a good time out there.
I've never been there.
It's more. I like the people.
I heard Australian girls are crazy.
Never been to Australia.
It's amazing.
Oh, Australia.
Australia's amazing.
No.
But it's a communist country now, like Canada, so don't want to go
No.
there. Yeah, bro. Did you hear about the pandemic there?
I heard it a little
I
bit.
know it was like tight
Horrible.
knit.
So programming.
Kobe,
Ridiculous.
you're watching knockouts last night of his videos, right? What happened?
Oh yeah,
I forgot.
I was with some girl last night watching your knockout vids.
Invited
And
the
she
chick
was
over
like,
to
"Oh
study.
my god, I love that guy." And I was like, "Jesus, like, fuck it, you want me to fucking bring you to his house tomorrow? Jesus Christ!"
She almost
yeah.
left Kobe, dude.
Yeah, she almost left me like
got
right
big
there.
dick.
I had like the fucking 80-inch TV in my room, watching your knockouts in bed with my girl.
That's a good
That's
thing
brutal,
nowadays.
dude.
I get a lot from people. I get a lot of guys like,
I'm never doing that again.
I get Adam, he's man, you're my dad's favorite fighter. Yeah. And if you think about it, I thought at first I was like, man, I'm not that old. Shut up. But now I look at it, I'm like, a lot of times the guys have told me, like, yeah, I was telling him I was in MMA, and he's like, my dad's like, man, you got to check this guy out.
Yeah.
For the younger kids. And so all they've ever seen is a highlight reel of me knocking people out.
It went for like
it went for a highlight reel of me knocking people out, and I go, yeah, there we go.
Dude, it went for like 11 minutes. And that was plenty enough time to.
Wait, what went for 11 minutes?
No, him
Definitely not him.
He did that too.
Oh god, him knocking Jesus. Yeah,
He was out in a couple seconds.
I don't. Yeah.
Anyway, he wasn't knocking anything out.
Oh shit! There weren't multiple rounds. Toss that up. I had to hit it. You know.
She's probably gonna watch this too.
What up, girl? Sorry, I'm not trying
Probably
to creep on
watch
your
it.
girl.
Watch it next instead of the knockouts. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, probably.
So Chuck, I've heard you say in other interviews too that you think stylistically that you would have matched up against John Jones super well.
Yeah.
What did you think about his last fight and kind of what he's doing? What he would match up against Francis? Some of the stuff that he's got going on.
That'd be interesting. I mean, he's a smart fighter. Smart. He fights smart. The problem I would have gave him is he wouldn't have been able to do that with me. He's not a better wrestler than me. He would have had a lot of trouble taking me down. And if he did, I would have got up. I mean, he's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
He's getting better and better at jiu-jitsu. And he's tough. And like I said, he fights smart.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's gotten big, but I don't know what. It's gonna be hard to come back from that back.
Yeah.
I'll be
Big
impressed.
injury.
If he can do it, he could do it. But I mean, I think that's a hard thing to come back from.
Yeah.
I had a buddy, similar thing, and anytime he just couldn't take it up that notch anymore. Every time he went up that notch, it would get hurt again.
Would it be just the power or?
Well, no, it's just taking that next step. Getting that.
Never going to be comfortable again, I'm sure.
Well, you never get the explosivity out of it and the flexibility out of it. And I'm sure he'll get off the testing pool, which will be smart. He'll get stem cells and peptides and do John Jones
Fuel him up.
sneaky shit to make him bigger, faster, stronger, which I think he should do. There's nothing wrong with that. If you tear something from the bone, you should get out of the pool because, number one, you might never fight again. And the UFC or USADA won't let you do the right stuff to heal the bone or to heal anything. And it's
like when I think when Anderson got popped.
Or Connor, too.
Yeah. Well, when Anderson got popped, it was like
The leg injury?
A buddy of mine was his dad was one of the doping in that industry for a while, for catching people and doing that stuff. But he said what he had taken was what you would take for that kind of a break.
Oh yeah,
like it's something that would help you get through if you want to get back from something like that. So at some point, for healing something like that, you need help.
You just need time.
Now, what about him versus Ngannou? John Jones versus Francis?
Like I said, what we started with. It would be interesting. Francis is tough, man, but you'd have to stop.
You'd have to get ground game.
He'd have to stop John from taking him down.
Yeah.
It'd come down to could John take him down.
How were your guys' experiences with testing when you were active?
Well, I was back. I'm in the old days. Man.
Yeah, so you're chilling.
They tested us for every fight.
It was an IQ test back then.
Yeah, I've heard Joe Rogan say it's a smell test.
Yeah. And with USADA,
back then it was
different.
it's a real. It was a regular drug test, but you know exactly when anybody that wanted to do steroids back then. If they wanted,
work around it.
You know exactly when you're getting tested. So you know exactly when and how you're getting tested. So if you fail, you messed up.
Yeah. You're a dumbass for not scheduling out your steroids.
Exactly.
Whatever it is, you messed up somehow.
Got it.
But I didn't know a lot about it back then. As they did the TRT exemption, when I was working for the UFC,
Yeah.
I had to learn a lot more about it. Because
What's the biggest thing that's changed from your guys' era to now?
I mean,
what are the
I'm
main
sure just
points?
the science.
all the way from from mine, you want to come all the way
Chuck,
from.
you're fighting almost every other fighter.
I know, but from my era, you're talking about, we were learning how to do it, learning how to train it, learning how to. Everybody was combining one style, taking one style that whatever they were proficient at, and learning the other two. So I consider that, when I talk about that, I'm talking about some kind of striking, some kind of wrestling. That's top, takedown type wrestling, and then jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So ground stuff, or sambo and all that stuff, different stuff. So those three elements, and everybody was coming from one and having learned the other two. One of the advantages I had was I was coming from two and I had to learn one. And and as far as the wrestler was, I was never a great wrestler. I was Division I wrestler. I was a 50-50 mediocre, but I was hard to score on, and I was always hard to score on, hard to take down, hard to turn. So I wasn't like I lost to guys that were second in the nation by 1 point. I'd lose close matches. So when you give me another 6 or 8 inches, like Kevin Randleman, he was
Kobe needs that too.
That's what Kevin Randleman was national champion at my weight when I was, I think the same year I was probably 12-12. 12 wins, 12 losses. So, but when you give me that little extra space because you got to worry about me hitting him.
Yeah.
He can't take me down.
You become a lot more dangerous.
Yeah. So it's just. Yeah,
it's one of those things.
What do you think it was about your style, like the one thing that, made you different from most fighters, that made you dominant?
Power. I mean, not everybody has. That's one of the hard things. Like being able to knock someone out with, and I was able to knock people out from different angles, different positions, I was able to generate a lot of power from any position. I threw a lot of different angles, a lot of different punches, but I was able to throw, and I was able to. That was the thing that made me different. Like you hit that hard, and people are okay. Whoa.
Were there ever accidents in sparring?
What?
Were there ever accidents in sparring?
A bunch of times. I mean, in some stuff I stopped doing because you accidentally kick people in the head.
Too powerful.
You stop training it and you don't use it.
When you talk about power, were you training hard in the gym on the weights, or you were you had that natural ability?
But I'd always been able to knock people out with like elbows, and it was just like John said. He thought when I first started training with John that I just beat guys to death. But then as I started getting, he actually showed me a few things, and we developed a few things. He helped me develop a few things that helped me land those punches and start cleaning it up, and he kind of made those fine tuning things. And that's one of the things John did really well with me was just he never tried to change who I was when I first came to him. He just tried to add things.
Was there ever a time? Was there ever a time like in sparring where someone you felt was like testing you, like kind of trying to like trigger something?
I used to do it forever. I give you a couple warnings,
Okay.
Hey man, take it easy. We're just sparring.
Okay.
Take it easy. We're just training. Take it. All right. You want to go? Let's go.
Okay.
And
it's like 3 strikes.
That'd be
Prison rules, eh? All right.
It's like, hey, that's what you want to do. All right. You really want to? You're gonna try to stomp my knee? All right. Bam. Let's go. Kick 3 hard. I'm like, what the hell, man? Yeah. I can hurt your leg too. You want to play that? We'll play. But I mean, and you just had to do that. With guys sparring, if the guys, hey, I'll give guys. But most of the time, most of the guys I sparred with, I didn't have to worry about.
Yeah.
But if they're trying to take my head off, hey man, I give them a warning. Give them a warning. They're still trying to take my head up.
Back then too, you can actually get sponsors separately from the UFC, right?
Yes,
like nowadays, you
yes,
can't do that.
That was different. No. Yeah, it was a lot different.
I bet it's better for an individual back then, right?
Yeah, you come through anytime you want.
Yeah, feel free.
We're cool. But how many sponsors did you fit on those shorts, dude?
Well, it just depended. I didn't do a lot, but I like it's funny. Like the first time I got, 30 grand for a shirt. Like, you know,
That's how they're. That's how much they're paying.
I got 30. Well, first time, no, you didn't. No one paid that. Well, yeah.
It's crazy.
We paid. We paid. How come we got to pay for your corner guys? Because I used to make them pay my corner guys. They wanted them to wear them, and they'd be like, "How come we got to pay your corner guys? We got so and so for $500." And then, well, and then so and so got knocked out. And his ass up in the air. There's your logo on him.
On the ground.
On the ground, knocked out. So you're probably better off sponsoring me.
Yeah, there's some of us made like I made 6 figures a year from just sponsors.
Yeah.
I made more money every year from sponsors than I did from
But it was a hustle, and I mean, it would have been a big knockoff from. Like I was laugh like before Dana and Lorenzo took over the UFC. That's why everyone always talks about money. They're taking all. I'm like, well, before they took it over, a home run was probably 150 grand a year. Yeah, that's when you're one of the best. You're doing great.
Do you think they're going to change it back?
Where by the end of my career,
no way. UFC controls it all.
And you could buy a house back then with that. Now it's like 1.5 million for a house.
For
It's
anything.
1,000
That's
square
like
feet.
a condo, dude, where we are.
My parents are like, just buy a house in our neighborhood. I'm like,
Yeah.
they're $2 million.
150K, you got to go live in
buy me
Wisconsin.
something like,
You know?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
you know, it is what it is. I mean, that is what it is what it is. Like I wasn't around for that. Like even for the in between, I think there was a point when they made you pay to sponsor people too. Like they could get your own sponsor, but they had to pay. They had to like a certain amount to the UFC to.
Oh, you pay the
50
UFC
or
to get
100
your own
grand or
sponsors?
something. No. The companies had to pay UFC.
They pay UFC and then they could sponsor whoever they wanted. Got it. Whatever.
What was like the most badass sponsor to have at the time?
Metal Militia.
Monster.
They sponsored me for a while.
Really?
But Metal Militia was, I don't know.
Everyone had like tap out shit.
He's
Zions,
king of tap out right
You're
here.
the king
dude.
of tap out.
Zions was I was at the first time. I think it was probably the first one to sign. It was $1 million, $500,000 a year.
Wow.
Yeah, actually, Dwayne and Nick, they got it. I mean, they came to me with an offer for $100 grand for a year. And when Dwayne and Nick got done with them,
It's $1 million.
it was $1 million for two.
Jeez.
They signed for $1 million for two. So
What was that first big check for you anyway, when you just started your career?
well, you know, honestly, the first time, Dana had gotten me back, got me up to about. I was supposed to get, what was it? It was five. I was supposed to be 5.5, 7.5, 7.5, 10 and 10. It was a 5,000, 5,000, 7,500, 7,500 if I win, and then 10,000, 10,000. So we skipped that 7,000 because I bumped up and fought Randleman. So we talked about giving me 10 and 10 for Randleman. So I beat Randleman in a minute 18, and I got 20 grand for that. Well, right afterwards, the Pride asked the UFC if they could borrow me for a fight 3 weeks later. Since I didn't get hurt, I was fine. We negotiated 20 and 20. So in 1 month, I made 60 grand, which was more than I'd made in my whole career.
What's that feeling like?
It was pretty awesome. I remember when Dana took over as my manager, it was funny. Like the UFC offered me a 3-fight deal, 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, and Dana's off. Wait, you want me to sign my gut for a year for $12,000? Ain't gonna happen. And he got me another fight. He got me a different fight, which I think I made 2 and a 4.5. So I went for, and that was one, Steve Heath.
Yeah.
I kicked Steve Heath in that, man. Tough guy, man, but
You folded him.
He was out.
Yeah, you folded him.
And then that's when I went back to the UFC. They got the 5 and 5, 7.5, 7.5, 10 and 10.
60K in a month.
60K in a month.
What'd you buy? Did you buy anything cool?
It was funny because I was talking about I've been driving Ford Ranger, lifted Ford Ranger that I bought my brother-in-law for like $3,500. That I had to put extra clutch fluid in because I couldn't afford to fix the clutch. I had to put every other time I went to the gas station, I had to put clutch fluid in so it wouldn't give out. And so I bought off of Wayne Harriman, in Vegas, the guy that actually introduced me to Dana. I bought a car off of him that he'd taken from I think he'd taken from one of his nephews or something because he was screwing up, and he sold it to me for like 16 grand, like a expedition, brand new expedition. I'm like, you got a nice car, it's all right. Paid 16 grand for it, yes, but it was actually a really nice car for a while. So
You didn't keep it though? Got rid of it?
I had it until I got the 2004, 2005 when I won the Ultimate Fighter.
The Brown expedition.
The Ultimate Fighter got the H2.
Yes.
And I actually still have it.
That's the one.
It's the same one out there?
Yeah, that why my buddies from Detroit, they
redid it.
They redid it. They lifted it.
Think sick.
They did. It's awesome.
What would you say like you're spotted the most like in the world when you travel? Is it Vegas?
I don't know. Vegas, any fight. Any time I'm in Vegas, usually a fight weekend nowadays. So yeah, quite a bit there. But I mean, I think it's a lot of different places. Like
What about like rolling through the airport?
Oh, that's constant.
It's probably nuts.
I mean, dude,
Yeah, I mean, it happens to me everywhere. I mean, a lot of it, some places more than others. Places where they don't expect you to be. I mean, go up to Old Miss the first time I was coming in. People like coming over and coming in and coming into the restaurant. Hey, I heard you were here. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that must be scary, right? With social, you don't post when you're. Do you post sometimes when you're there?
I don't usually post.
You wait a little bit.
I usually wait a little bit with stuff, but it doesn't. I mean, the good thing is I'm not. I mean, our fans are not those people. Like it's not.
No.
It's different than like most people that come up. They're not like they saw me in a movie sometime. They were fight fans. They see me. They see me fight. One, they know what you do for a living. Two, but they're fight fans. So they come up. They know. They have a reason they like you. They have a reason they know something that you like. You know, their dad's a connection. They got some connection to like being cool to see you, not just they saw me on a TV show.
Yeah.
For the most part, I mean, every once in a while, you get people that see other people take pictures with them, want a picture.
Yeah.
Just
But they have no idea.
They might have no idea.
Oh, that guy's famous? They like walk over.
With fighting,
it's him going to people.
Yeah, who is that guy?
Go, hey, can I get a picture? I'm like, okay.
They just go, it's Tom Brady. Mr. Brady.
With fighting, it's memory based.
All the time. Man, who's that? That's Tito.
Oh my God.
So whenever with him, I know. Because people come up, hey, Tito. I'm okay.
You should start telling people Mike Tyson.
I thought you were black. Yeah. Weird.
After you knocked out Tito, you're in the back chilling. You're happy. What is that meal? What's like your go-to meal?
Oh, all right. Look, we had a club to go to.
Oh, you're not even thinking about that. You're not even drinking alcohol.
Honestly, I had room service. I had a burger, some fries, up in room service, like waiting for me in my room, so we go change and go. We're ready to go.
We had an after party to go to.
I got an after party to go to.
All the chicks are waiting. Where's Chuck?
I took 8 to 10 weeks off.
Just vibe.
And so now I'm gonna go out and have some fun.
Ian, I know you're holding on to some gold.
The funny thing too is like usually we did an after party and I got paid to be there. We had people buy it, like, and I always thought it was weird. They thought I went around to make sure I went to at least everybody at the bottom table and took a picture with them, walked around and saw people. And usually I wouldn't start really drinking until in Vegas until about 2:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning, because I had to deal. I got paid to be at a fan event, and I did that for the fans more than for me. Because I like I think of MGM. We made, one of the things I made would make about 25 grand for my party after party, but I just made $1.5 million or $3.5 million at one point. So 25 grand is
nothing
not right after party, but it's more for that was always I still wanted to be there for the fans. I want to be able to go out and be able to celebrate with everybody after the show.
What was it like meeting?
I had more, and I probably could have got paid a lot more if I didn't ask for 200 VIP tickets.
You had to get everybody in the party.
Yes.
I'd have 200 comp tickets to get into my
for Ian and the boys.
yeah, for all, any of my buddies. I always bought, like I always, we were selling out, right? Yeah. And then they get scalped at a really high price. So I always bought, on top of the ones I got, I think I was the only one that had like 30 comps that I got anyway. And then, but on top, and those are good seats. And then I'd always buy some, I had other people I'd buy for, other friends of mine. But then I always buy 100 of the cheapest seats.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever, whether it be $50 or $100, I buy 100 of them. And that way, and first come, first serve.
Everybody can just cruise by.
Anybody from my gym, any of my friends.
Oh, that's cool. They just go
come,
to like
first
take a
serve.
call or whatever.
Yeah, they come by and get them. They just come by. Well, they come by my gym, get them, or get them for my brother.
Oh, that's awesome.
And one of us would be
He
carrying.
probably hated.
Yeah.
Dan hated me. he was handing out tickets. But
Not the happiest person in the world. Let's be honest.
No, but I'd be handing out tickets on the night before a fight. Like, what are you? I'm like, yeah, whatever. Somebody I had
The
people
people's
the day of a
champ.
fight.
He is the
You're
people's
the
champ for
people's
real.
champ.
But it was just, it was cool. It was fun. I mean, it's just trying to help out.
We saw the photo of Ronaldo today too.
Yeah.
What was it like meeting him?
Oh, it was cool. Funny thing is, I probably wouldn't have bothered. I don't usually bother people.
You hate soccer, dude.
But,
You're-
and soccer's a bunch of.
You didn't say that to him though.
You think I'd be afraid to say it to him?
Dude, he sparred
Dude,
McGregor.
why
though.
would Chuck be scared to tell Ronaldo
Dude, he sparred
that?
McGregor.
Dude,
Ronaldo's a
Ronaldo would
bitch.
get folded.
Anyway,
Messi's better.
Anyway,
I could fold Ronaldo.
Look, but my fiance's daughter, her boyfriend's a huge.
Love you,
fan.
Lola.
And they just mentioned, have you ever met him? They just asked me, have you ever met him? I'm like, so I saw him. I'm like, I gotta get a picture with him.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna meet him.
I wanted to meet him. I mean, I think he's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing player. Like, and I'm a fan of anybody who's great at what they do. Of
course.
So I don't care what it is. I'm not a great piano player. He's great. You're a great businessman. I don't care.
Greatness
Whatever.
is respectable.
But if you're great, a lot of things are. There's a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Between I talk to a lot of people who are really good at what they do.
What is the similarities?
Hard work.
Hard work. Yeah, number one. I mean, most people look at all the guys, all the athletes, especially athletes. Like all those guys, they outwork everybody. And a lot of it comes down to. I remember watching this show and they were talking to this little kid that was like piano, someone on the piano was like crazy piano player, and they're just interviewing him and they go, so how many hours a day do you practice? And the kid's playing. Goes, huh? How many hours a day do you practice? He goes, I don't know. I just play.
That's all day.
I saw that and it clicked with me. I'm like, yeah, that is kind of how it is. I mean, everyone has me. When I was I'd go to wrestling practice and I'd get done real fast and get home. So I'd go to karate before. I had to do my homework. So I'd get done with football practice. I'd go to karate. I do it whenever I was in the gym training whenever I could. During the summers they'd like, "Are you ever go home? Do you have a home? Do you need to go somewhere?"
It's
Get
very
out of here.
it's
I just sit there
true.
waiting for people to come in.
It's true because I played professional soccer and I had this coach in Spain, and we had 2 German players on my team at the time. And my coach in Spain, he was a big advocate of telling those German boys, saying, "Don't be robots." So these German boys would be so structured on hours. Like, okay, I got to do 1 hour exactly at the gym, 1 hour exactly doing ball skill, 1 hour exactly doing yoga. And they were so structured where you'd have a guy like me kind of just playing on the ball for 4 or 5 hours. I don't think about exactly what I'm doing. I'm just flowing through the day every day. And he was a huge advocate of not being like a robot, because if you're doing what you love, everything's going to flow. And it's not going to be, it doesn't feel like work. So when you're doing something so great at that level, it's not going to feel like work at all. You're just going to flow through it.
And how did I read something too? You used to be super calm before your fights. That's why they called you the Iceman, right? Yeah. Where did that come from? The calmness. How do you even get that? Because I would be freaking out.
It's kind of I've always said I try to explain it to people. It's like I was a good test taker in like school, because I'd cram and study and cram and do everything until the book and then I'd relax and just be calm. And I just go through and do the best I could because I know there's nothing left to do. I can't study anymore. I can't do it, so I wouldn't worry about it anymore. And not worrying. Like when I figure out like, so if worrying about it's gonna do me. If worrying about it helped, I would. But worrying about it's not gonna do anything. Once my training camp was over on the Saturday before, there's nothing else to do. What am I gonna do?
Taking a rest day on that Sunday?
Yeah, well, I mean, you take a rest, you rest, and you just keep going, and you go through the. There's nothing else to do. You just have a good time. I just had all I had left was to make weight. After the Saturday before the fight, all I had left was to make weight, relax, have a good time, and just keep sharp, stay sharp, and go. And because it's just I'm kind of a very calculated person when it comes to stuff like that. So I know that worrying about and doing other things is not going to help me any. So why do it? So I just kind of go through. I know what my game plan is. I know what I got to do. I go out there and do it. Now, so for the most part, I'm a very unemotional fighter. I'm almost like a robot. I'm trying to set you up and put you through. Now, I do have that killer instinct. I do. If I can see your eyes gloss over from getting hit, and I know I got you hurt, I want to end you. And I will go after you and try to end you. But it doesn't take. I don't have to be mad at you. Like some people need it, and some people need that. I'm not saying it's wrong. Some people need to feel mad. Somebody need to want to not like somebody to hit them. I don't need to not.
Emotions get in the way.
Yeah, I think they cloud judgment. Yeah. Emotions cloud judgment.
Especially from men. Women can fight off emotion because they're different creatures. But men, it makes you make mistakes.
Yeah. So I go out there, but I'm gonna try. I am trying to end you, but as soon as it's over, I hope you're okay.
That's awesome. But is there anything?
That was amazing.
Yeah. Is there any
Thank you, boys.
thing we can look forward to for the future?
Yeah,
for
anything
you?
coming up for you, Chuck, that you want to let anybody know about?
Nothing big yet, but we're working on some movies, doing some stuff. Should be fun. I mean, I'm getting there. I've been working on my acting and stuff, and I'm having a good time.
Or dancing?
Or dancing?
Dancing? I don't think so.
Should we hit the club?
Let's go. Some other time, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let's do it. But thank you so much for
thank
coming
you,
on.
Chuck.
Yeah, thank you, man. Love you.
Thanks for having me,
Appreciate
guys.
you so
Love
much.
you, boys.
This means a
Kyler,
lot.
Zach.
We really
Basement
appreciate
Talkers,
it.
thank you.
Yeah.
Subscribe, like.
Thank you guys
Sub.
for watching. Subscribe. We hope you guys like this video, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace. Shoot.
Dude, that sounded lethal.
Told you you regret it, bro. Dude, it's Chuck Liddell, man.
That's one of them. There's not many of them who do that very well. I think that will, for the most part, as long as I kick.
Oh my god.
As long as I kick up high enough.
No.
As long as I kick up high enough, it's not going to cause me.
You're fine, Tyler. It's gonna hurt for a couple days.
That's a little funny.
I'm not exaggerating, dude. I'm not exaggerating. You're an idiot. You're such a dumbass. Bro, why?
Okay, I'm.
But the leg kick, I think, earns us that, right?
No, we gotta take two.
We did it. We hope you guys like this video. This is amazing. Thank you, Chuck, for having us over. Kyler took a leg kick, as you guys saw.
Yeah, Panda Chuck. Thank Chuck.
Please subscribe, like. We hope you guys are liking these videos, and we'll stay sub to heal my leg. Yeah, sub for Kyler. Stay tuned for next week.
Oh yeah.
All right, we just finished the episode. Ian's practicing combos. I got.
Shout out Chuck for the jacket. Go pack.
I'm gonna go. We have to stop. I'm gonna go get some Advil right now. So let these guys talk. I'll be back.
So basically what's happening right now is Ian's getting me ready for my title fight against O'Malley. I don't believe in the sugar.
He's gonna be in so much fucking pain.
Yeah,
He probably has a bone bruise.
He probably has
if not a fracture.
Sorry,
so.
let's correct that. He definitely has a bone bruise, if not a fracture.
Let's go inside.
Yeah.
Hi.
What's going on, man? How are you?
My brother.
This is what happens when Chuck Liddell kicks your ass for real. I've never seen Advil like this. Advil PM, it's gonna make you tired. Take the liquid gels, those will hit quicker.
I chew my Advil.
No, those will hit quicker. You take the gel. You take the gels.
I actually chew my. Can I chew this?
Don't. Hey. If you chew Advil, you're a crackhead.
So wait, show him the hit. Show him the hit again.
And that was probably like 25%.
What did you think of the leg kick?
No, that looked like it hurt for sure.
That looked like it hurt.
I mean, that's numbing your whole leg for sure. I mean, I've taken a few kicks like that.
Well, it looks like Chuck Liddell
I'd rather
just.
sit down than be standing up right now.
Shit. And look at him, he's walking.
No, yeah.
He's still
Chuck's
moving.
Such a cool guy.
Yeah, Chuck's a good.
Chuck Liddell just got you a Tylenol sale.
Yeah, shout out Chuck. Chuck bringing in the money to 76. Let's go. Oh my goodness.
You know what?
You guys want to do our outro?
I've seen
Yeah.
that.
This is what we'll do. Yeah. Type in basement talk. You guys will be our outro. So just say everyone subscribe, like, and shout out basement talk.
All right. Hey.
Yeah. Both of you guys get in there.
All right. Shout out Basement Talk, man.
Basement Talk.
Follow, like,
Subscribe.
these guys are funny as hell, man. Just give it a like.
Let's go.
Jay with a baby, I am what he made me. No, you cannot shame me, so it's for the birds. Buy full price, you ain't know what it's worth. He not letting go like his grandmama purse.